What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into JC's Pop Culture. As always, I'm JC and I'm bringing you pop culture content. Could be anything from video game news to trailer reactions. But today, talking a little bit of movie news, continuing to update the DCU and update Superman Legacy specifically. As we know, it's going to be the live action start to the new DCU under James Gunn. We now know a new piece of that crew that has been added. We know where the music's coming from. The composer, John Murphy, has been tabbed frequent collaborator with James Gunn, so no big surprise here. But let's take a look at this article from comingsoon.net announcing John Murphy and hear a little bit of James Gunn's thoughts as he shared them on Instagram when he announced it just a couple of days ago. All right, and as you can see, the composer set for the first DC Universe movie. Superman Legacy has found its composer with director and co-CEO of DC Studios, James Gunn, revealing the news on social media. Gunn took to Instagram to confirm that John Murphy would be the composer for the highly anticipated superhero movie. So not John fucking Williams, the great and only, Superman composer from way back when that did such a wonderful job creating that iconic score. Not Hans Zimmerman, that did a great job doing it for Man of Steel. It was fucking phenomenal score there as well. But another John this time, John Murphy coming in, frequent collaborator, like I said, with James Gunn in many of his past projects, most recently working on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, also worked on the Suicide Squad with James Gunn. And then James Gunn's thoughts here. Here's the picture he shared of him and John Murphy together. And James Gunn states, happy to announce that my frequent collaborator, John Murphy, is scoring Superman Legacy. John was one of the first people I called when I finished the script many months ago, as I knew how incredibly important the score was to this production. John has been working tirelessly since, creating hours worth of music that will play on set as we shoot and use in the edit, and that will eventually be recorded with a glorious symphony for all of you. Welcome to the DCU, John. So good stuff there. We now know the composer as we add more members to the cast and crew for this Superman Legacy shit that I'm super excited about, guys. And I know all of you are too. But as far as my thoughts on John Murphy, I don't think it's a bad addition. I mean, you look at, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, one of the things that I keep going back to is how it pulled on your heartstrings. Well, what makes something pull at your heartstrings is not only, good writing, good characterization in that aspect, but you got to have the music underlying underneath there. The score is what really does it. Without the score, it's not going to elicit those emotions. And John Murphy has shown that he can do that. You look at, the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, all of that. There's certainly some emotion tied into that, more so than you would expect, that goes along with the comedy. And I think Guardians Volume 3 is probably one of the more emotional movies of the MCU. The score plays a big part of that. So getting John Murphy as composer, I think great news for Superman Legacy. Man of Steel score is one of my all-time favorites for a superhero movie. I think it's really moving. So I'm hoping this is just as moving, but I think it's good news for the DCU and good news for Superman Legacy that they add John Murphy to the cast and crew there. And then lastly, wanted to talk a little bit about James Gunn addressing, the rumor that we've talked about here on the channel before and shit. Obviously, I felt like that Supergirl may appear in Superman Legacy. James Gunn addressed someone talking about that here on social media. He's done a good job, pointing out rumors and coming at him, and he does that shit again. Check out this article. This one coming from CBR.com. James Gunn addresses rumors of Supergirl's appearance in Superman Legacy. And if we scroll down here, you'll see, responding to a fan's query on Threads, Gunn addressed the prospect of Millie Alcock's Supergirl making an appearance in Superman Legacy after being recently confirmed as the lead for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. However, when asked by a DC Universe enthusiast how much screen time Supergirl will get in Superman Legacy, James Gunn coyly stated, "I never said she was in the movie," followed by a confounded emoji. Gunn's comments come amid some insider reports that Supergirl will be featured in Superman Legacy. All right, and so to me, the interesting thing here is that I think that James Gunn pretty much has come out, and if it's been something that's not true, he's come out right away and said, no, that shit's not true. We're still doing this, this, and this, and giving you reasons why it's not true, and, giving you the proof, in bullet points as to why. In this one, he just kind of says, hey, I never said that. He never says, no, she's not in it, which I feel like if she's not in it, he would have came out and directly said that with how he shot down other rumors in the past. Like I said, purely speculation and shit. Don't fucking shoot the messenger. Don't shoot my ass for this. I'm just speculating like everyone else is. over, this casting coming soon. Looking like the movie might be fast tracked. We got a writer, still don't have a director. Hopefully we'll get that in the coming days. But when that news comes or any other DCU news comes down the line, we'll continue to update it here on JC's Pop Culture. So if you're a DC fan, be sure to subscribe here if you haven't already. Talking pop culture news, movie reviews, trailer reactions, all kinds of good shit. So if you're a fan of movies and TVs, shows especially, be here on JC's Pop Culture. Hit that subscribe button. Helps a ton. If you made it this far in the video, hit the thumbs up button. But I'm going to go ahead and speculate. I still think Supergirl shows up in Superman Legacy. Like I said, he didn't shoot it down. Maybe eventually he will, and then I'll come back here and I'll eat crow for you guys and shit if that is the case. And, he does say, no, she's not in the movie. But I got a feeling she's going to pop up in just a little bit of a cameo performance. But that's just my thoughts on, both the getting the composer for Superman Legacy and still getting Millie Alcock's Supergirl having an appearance in the film maybe. But I would love to hear your all's thoughts. Do you think she pops up, and how do you feel about John Murphy being added to the cast and crew for Superman Legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Appreciate those interactions, trying to grow up this JC's Pop Culture channel, and be back in the future to talk more movie news and continue to update the DCU as shit progresses here, as James Gunn gets ready for the lead up, the live action debut with Superman Legacy. We're going to be covering it in updates here on the channel all along. So be sure to check me out here on JC's Pop Culture. I'm JC. Until next time, later, film fans.